You know, restaurants like this one, they rely on farm fresh produce for their menus, and we have a good menu right here, right? And you know what? The USDA reports that there are more than 42,000 farms located right here in North Carolina.
And you know what? Only 1,300 of them belong to black farmers. I spoke to one of them who is, believe it or not, a cotton farmer. We all know the history that carries with African Americans. He says it's a family business that is built on resilience and triumph.
America has a complicated history with cotton. Before the Civil War, the plant brought great prosperity to the country, accounting for more than half its exports. But that success came at a price to enslaved black people, forced into labor to pick the plant during harvest, sometimes under brutal conditions. The history weighs heavy for many black Americans, unable to shake the plant's symbol of oppression. For Julius Tillery, the plant's story is still unfolding. He's clipping away at its dark history, trying to change the way black people view cotton.
I want people to see more of an honest view of what cotton is, not just from a media, from movies and film standpoint.
A fifth-generation cotton farmer.
My father and grandfather, they was working the cotton farm before me, and I just joined along and I learned everything I had from my family that's on the farm.
Tillery has always seen cotton farming as a family business, now passed all the way down to him from descendants buried on the property. One once enslaved until he was freed and able to purchase the family land more than 100 years ago.
I didn't never see slavery in farming, so I don't need to let those tropes affect me as a farmer.
So you're reclaiming power over cotton?
Absolutely. I don't want the crop to be something that's a power held against me and oppressing me.
Tillery graduated from UNC with an economics degree, but chose to return to the family farm where they harvest about 50 acres of cotton a year.
Is this what your parents intended for you when you went off to college?
Probably not, but it is what it is, you know. I consider myself a burden farmer. Like if your dad or grandfather has a farm, you may end up with the burden of having that farm.
That burden not so heavy anymore. Tillery splits his time on the farm with a business he's created called Black Cotton.
We try to make cotton hip, we try to make it accessible.
While most of his crop goes to a cooperative, he uses a small portion to sell home decor, jewelry, and centerpieces.
We tell people things like cotton is the new rose because it lasts forever and it's beautiful just like a rose.
He's also partnered with Van Shoes on a line of t-shirts, stamped with a cotton logo.
I'm glad that people are embracing the beauty of cotton, and also I know that they are understanding exactly where their cotton shirt is, coming from.
Halifax County, North Carolina, a place with a population just over 47,000, a median household income of 45,000, and more than 25% of the population living in poverty.
And I just want to be able to create a space where people can see opportunities to find their happiness and for find their career success right in rural communities just like mine. There's just so much magic inside of cotton. We got to try to focus on some of the things that's positive to be able to see a future in this.
Tillery is hopeful his role in cotton can help black people see it like he does.
I just want people to be able to understand that the plant wasn't necessarily bad, but the history may be bad behind it, but there's a lot of good in this plant as well.
So my biggest takeaway from his story is that you can change the course of history at any time. And just because something started in the dark doesn't mean it has to stay in the dark. It can always come into the light.
Yeah, that's a good point, Letitia, thanks. And you seems like Julius is already making his impact on this world.
Oh yeah. He's loving it, and he wants other people to adopt the same philosophy that he had.